everybody, welcome to my next video. And this one, it's not a medical video, trust me. And it's something more travel related. This also's got something to do with Kentucky in here, which I thought was interesting. And like I mentioned in the last video, all these videos I'm going to shoot are something to do with I saw it on Yahoo. So I just wanted to remind you of that information. This one actually has pictures, so I'm going to try to show them. They're in black and white, but I just wanted to share this with you. I've been sitting on these these stuff, for a bit, so this is, I'm trying to catch up and everything. This one is Outrageous American Roadside Attractions. This was written on Groundhog's Day by Paul O'Connell this year. It says America's. And oh, before I start reading, I forgot. Like in previous videos, like the last one, I'm going to actually read this more or less verbatim, and then talk about it to an extent. But now here's the article. America's top roadside attractions are highway accidents of a good kind. They're small, conventional businesses that grew thanks to desperation-driven innovation and a little luck into legendary multi-generational family concerns that draw mind-boggling traffic and profits that their founders little imagined. More surprising still is that these products of the automobile's golden age continue to thrive in a time of air travel and triple-digit gas prices. They ask the owners of some of the longest enduring attractions what allows them to survive. Wall Drug, Wall, South Dakota. In the depths of the Depression, Ted Husted's grandmother drew up signs offering travelers free ice water in order to draw business to her husband's struggling pharmacy in a tiny town near a nascent Mount Rushmore. Today, Wall's billboards stretch as far as Minnesota, and the store, restaurant, and gift shop see as many as 15,000 visitors on a sunny day. We're on our second and third generation customer, Husted said, grandson of the founders. Grandparents want to share an experience they had when they were a kid. That experience has involved entertain, educate, and do it with world-class aesthetics, said Husted. Famous for its ubiquitous bumper stickers, Wall displays a priceless collection of Western art. In addition to its Yosemite and Rushmore souvenir sales, the Husteds do a $500,000 trade in cowboy boots alone. Here's the picture of Wall Drug, right there at the top. That's it right there. If it was in color, it would look better, but can't have everything we want. Okay, the next one is, actually, I'm going to talk about the next three, and then show the picture for all three of them at the same time, because they're all on the same page. The next one is south of the border in Dillon, South Carolina. The border in question is with Robeson County, North Carolina, less than a mile up Interstate 95, where alcohol was banned when Al Schaefer opened his beer stand in 1949. It attracted not only Schaefer's thirsty neighbors, but high-end Cadillac customers bound for Florida. When a souvenir salesman traded his samples for beer one day, they sold as fast as my granddad put them out, said Ryan Schaefer, who owns the complex today with his father. The Cadillac customers fly by now, but thousands of motorists are lured by 175 billboards that begin in Virginia to what has become a small town with a motel, gift shop, and restaurant. The first time that they made it, a vision of Pedro, a 100-foot statue of the mascot. The next one is Roadside American Miniature Village in Charlottesville, Pennsylvania. Beginning in 1903, Lawrence Gillinger built more than 300 miniature structures, which he displayed around his hometown of Reading before moving to Charlottesville in 1941. Packed with homes, businesses, and more than 10,000 handmade trees. Roadside America is actually 8 villages set in different time periods. Nostalgia is part of every attraction's formula, but Roadside America relies on it almost exclusively. The display has not changed since Geringer died in 1963, says granddaughter Dolores Hensorn, current owner. I have people thanking me for not changing. Those are people who mean the most to me. The Thing, Dragoon, Arizona. Settling near Interstate 10 after years of touristing as a carnival sideshow, the Prince family opened the Thing Museum in 1951 and quickly leased the attraction to the Bolins, who owned a string of Western-themed travel centers. What is the Thing? Even Director of Operations Kit Johnson replies, I don't know. But we can reveal that after 50 billboards spanning more than 300 miles, the mystery of the desert is somewhat anticlimactic. But surrounded by eerie dioramas and Native American trinkets, the Thing still draws 50,000 visitors a year, testifying to the power of the billboard. And here's those three right there. There's Pedro, the miniature village, and that. Next one is Space Farm Zoo and Museum. It says Parker Space calls his family's 84-year-old zoo, farm, and museum a restaurant lifestyle, not a job. That lifestyle includes farming 180 acres to supplement feed for host stock, removal of roadkill by local byways, which is fed to the zoo's big cat, and tending to a menagerie of more than 500 animals, including lions, tigers, and 7 species of bears. Space is a dedicated employee handling regulatory paperwork, a costly reality for every small business that in Space's industry at least keeps other costs down. If you could put a lion on eBay, he'd go for $100,000 at Space, but buyers are limited to places where it's legal to keep them. There's actually the bear. For some mysterious reason, and I know it was on here, and apparently it went missing, was the TP thing down in Cave City. And that was part of the reason why I wanted Tony to print this. But it was actually on there. It was pretty interesting. There's a TP thing down in Cave City that made it on that article, but for some mysterious reason didn't make it in with that, unless I missed a page or something. But it actually, the TP thing is like on the way to Cave, or to Mammoth Cave itself, and that, I just thought that was interesting. It had a picture of the caves and stuff, the teepees and everything, and you can actually stay in a teepee. And I've actually, if I'm remembering correctly, when I was out there in Arizona, when I was either 14 or 17, we drove past the Thing stand, and it was pretty interesting. But anyway, like I mentioned before in both this video and the last video, we got more videos to shoot, so I'm going to pause here and we'll get shooting some of these other videos, alright? So hang on.